Vince Staples also released an album this weekend, self-titled Vince Staples. Uh, Same length as his last album, FM, which we talked about. Check out that review, SoundCloud or SoundCloud.com/nostalgiapod, and more importantly, YouTube.com/nostalgiapod. But did this one work for you to the level that FM did? Because I think we both really liked FM, right?
Loved FM, had it on the top 10 albums of 2019. Yeah,
Yeah.
loved it. And self-titled, fourth album from Vince, definitely didn't sound the way I expected, you know? Uh, and I still like it, but I don't like it as much as some of his other stuff, but that's really just because it's different. And I think it just takes some getting used to because a lot of the hallmarks of a Vince Staples performance in terms of the darkness yet wittiness of his introspective, self-referential lyricism. It's all still there. It's just sonically, this is produced all by Kenny Beats, but it's not the most showy or out there Kenny project. FM also produced all by Kenny Beats. Uh, Definitely had like a really clear West Coast influence, of course, with the radio stuff and all that. But Vince Staples, it's almost self-titled. It's almost understated, and you kind of gotta almost focus on what Vince is doing. So I still think it's good, but it's not what I was expecting, and it's not like a lot of my favorite Vince songs. If
Mhm.
that makes sense.
Yeah, I just want to clean up real quick. So FM was actually 2018. That was
2018,
our
right?
bad. But yeah, I agree. When I first put this on, I was like, I had to go drive around, run a couple errands, and I was like, oh, this is good driving around the town music, like Vince Staples. Let's get some bangers going. Let's get some energy going. And it really was not what I was expecting in that sense, and I found it to be a lot more subdued. And to have Penny Beats back for this and to get something that's so different from FM. Um, I think Vince was really trying to obviously do something different. I think he executed pretty well because the songs still sound really good, I think. But like you, I don't know if this is the Vince I'm gonna find myself going back to right away. I think I'm gonna definitely go more towards Big Fish Theory or FM before I'm reaching for the self-titled album. But why don't we talk about what you felt like worked for you with this? What were like the moments or the choices that you liked?
Yeah, just a lot of bars about Vince, like being scared to meet his fans for fear of the intentions of his fans. The skit about uh, leaving a party and basically avoiding legal issues. There's tons of just little moments, anecdotes about Vince's previous life, surviving on the streets in North Long Beach that feel familiar. It sounds like Vince. I
Mhm.
think where that manifested the best for me is probably my favorite song on this would be Sundown Town, the third track. Um, Conversely, I think he does do some new things, right? The first track,
Mhm.
Are You With That? He's doing the hook.
Mhm.
That's some more melodic stuff. That's not really what we expect of Vince. But because this production is more understated, it's not big in your face electronic stuff like Big Fish Theory, and it's not like classic, West Coast bounce like FM. Vince almost needs to do more with his performance on these songs. I think a song like "Are You With That" because he's really controlling the whole melody. Uh, Also works, but it's just new for him.
Yeah, I think Sundown Town, like you mentioned, really stands out to me. I agree. Also, I think Vince really balances on this being super introspective and pretty blunt about some hard topics. Are you with that? He's talking about, losing childhood friends and the pain that he kind of sits with that. And then at the next line, he's saying, "Fill these voids or fill my bank." It's pretty much him kind of jumping back and forth between the fun upbeat Vince and the kind of the goofster in a sense to being the introspective and pretty devastating Vince as well. It's something I think he does pretty well. And I also think the understated production still is really good. Obviously, it's Kenny Beats level, so um, you're getting some good stuff. But even that first track, "Are You With That?" I thought just the bass on that was just so like chest shaking, but also like pretty like intricate, and then having the synths kind of like swaying around in the background really added this like cool feel to the start of the album. I think it kind of set the tone. Um, like I said, Sundown Town also really stood out to me. And then something like Take Me Home in the second half, I also thought was pretty good. I mean, this is a quick album, only 22 minutes, so it goes by quick. But Take Me Home stands out because it has that uh, Fouché like chorus hook to it that I think really just like makes it stand out from the other ones. Any other tracks that stood out to you or that you liked?
I think those are most of them. But even though it's short, it still rewards lots of listens because there's some dense verses from Vince here, like you expect. He's telling you a lot. It's actually a lot like Summertime '06, his first album in that regard. So,
Hmm.
it might not. Does it have a North on this album? No, but I mean, there's still a lot to like. Vince is clearly a top tier rapper, and even though people really like him for his social media presence and just his general funny demeanor and I think wry sense of humor, his best stuff is still his music. It's not gonna twist it. He's really good.
Yeah, he's still top tier. Maybe not top tier, but yeah, up there for sure. Check it out, and we'll probably put a song on our nostalgia best of 2021